Today I was going to rewatch Snatch by Guy Ritchie, just because I was in that kind of mood.
We're in trouble now.
When I realized something interesting. I first saw this movie more than 10 years ago, and honestly, I've completely forgotten the plot, the twist, and even the main characters. But you know what I do remember? I remember Mickey, played by Brad Pitt, his story and even some of his lines.
Like dogs. Dogs. What?
Yeah, dogs.
Dogs. Like dogs. Oh, dogs. Sure. I like dogs.
And Mickey wasn't even the main character. That got me thinking. Have you ever started watching a movie because of the lead actors, got excited to follow heroes' journey, see them grow, go through the ups and downs, and find out who they become by the end? That's usually how it goes. But sometimes, the character you can't stop thinking about after isn't even the main star. It is someone who didn't get lots of screen time and was supposed to be in the background, helping to develop main character. So, thanks Mr. O'Neill.
Fuck man. Call me Mickey.
Okay, thanks Mickey for the idea, and let's check out other performances where a supporting actor totally stole the show. Whether it's unexpected twist, an emotional moment, or pure charisma, these actors dominated their scenes. Let's discuss some of the most unforgettable supporting performances in movie history. You won't deny how much these actors owned their roles.
How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.
Okay, let's start with Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. In fact, he is the most memorable part of the entire movie. He plays Tommy DeVito, the small but super aggressive gangster who is always a little bit unstable, like Chernobyl plant in April 1986. You never know what he's going to do next. One second he's making jokes, and the next he's kicking someone's ass with no warning. Tommy is the kind of guy who doesn't take shit from anyone. He does not allow anyone to insult him or his friends, while he allows himself clearly more than it is acceptable. Tommy is loud, unpredictable, and just pure chaos. What makes him even crazier is how funny he is sometimes. Yeah, you're laughing with him, but at the same time you're like, is he serious? Is he about to cut my throat? And usually yeah, he is. Pesci totally nails this role, making Tommy both terrifying and hilarious, and it is no surprise he got an Oscar for it. He plays this character so brilliant that you just can't look away when he's on screen. It's easily one of his best performances, and of course, no one else could have played this role better.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Alright, our next candidate is Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa in Inglourious Basterds. If you've seen this movie, you know Waltz absolutely dominated in this show. This role was his big break, and man, did he nail it. Landa, or Jew Hunter, is this crazy mix of charm, fun, and absolute terror. Waltz plays him so well that you start questioning why this was just his first major role in Hollywood. Right from the first scene, you can stop enjoying this guy on the screen. Landa is polite, strangely friendly, but you know something is not quite right. He is a master at mind games, using humor and charm to disarm people before showing his real, cruel nature. Every word feels calculated, and you never know if he's going to laugh or do something brutal. That unpredictability is what makes him such an unforgettable villain. Waltz's performance was so good that he received a bunch of awards, so it's no surprise that after watching this movie, the character everyone's going to talk about isn't the main heroes, it is Standartenführer Hans Landa. Just like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, Waltz got a supporting role and turned it into the highlight of the entire movie. And again, it's hard to imagine anyone else performing that role as perfectly as he did.
Oh, and Senator, just one more thing. Love your suit.
The next one is legend himself, Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs. He had just 16 minutes of screen time, but those 60 minutes, absolutely amazing. His character, Dr. Lecter, is calm, extremely polite, and kind of a reasonable guy, but you can feel wow, something is odd. You can't take your eyes off him, and his unblinking stare feels like it's drilling into your brain. Seriously, Hopkins' performance is so intense. It's like he's looking right through the screen at you. Oh, I'm glad I watched this movie at home, close enough to the toilet. What makes Lecter so terrifying isn't just the fact that he's a killer, no, it's that he is a genius killer. He's educated, speaks smart, listens to Mozart, and even draws in his cell. But despite all of that, you know, he's dangerous. His charm even makes him scarier. One minute he's discussing dinner, and the next, you're reminded that he prefers human meat medium rare. The way Hopkins delivers his lines, without blinking, every word measured, is quite memorable. His performance is so fascinating that you feel like you're Clarice Starling trying to ask this monster for help. It's not surprised Hopkins got an Oscar for this role. He took a supporting part and turned Hannibal Lecter into one of the most iconic villains in cinema history. And that look... Oh, I need a toilet break again.
And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer.
Okay, let's talk about Robin Williams as Sean Maguire in Good Will Hunting. Well, Robin Williams is a comedic genius and one of my favorite actors in that genre, but his role as Sean, whole different story. He plays a therapist who was asked to help Will, but honestly, Sean is the heart of the movie. He is wise, experienced, and yeah, he's got his own problems. And Williams brings such a real energy to the character. It's not just about giving advice as a therapist. It's the way Sean connects with Will on a deeper level, showing him love, not hiding his own issues. Every scene with Williams feels natural, like you're watching a real person, not a character. He was able to combine kind, pain, and humor all at once. So, Williams' performance in this movie wasn't just a supporting role, it was full of depth, emotion, and honesty. The actor managed to be both strong and weak, and that balance made his portrayal unforgettable. Williams wasn't just a supporting actor in this film, because he was that emotional magnet that held everything together. Again, no surprise he got an Oscar for it, because his role in Good Will Hunting is one of those performances that you will never forget.
Then why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. No, you complete me.
And finally, Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Seriously, Ledger is outstanding in this film, and his performance is just phenomenal. A lot of people think it's his best role, and I think it's one of the greatest acting of all time. His take on the Joker is hypnotizing. He brings a dark complexity to the character, making his Joker a true symbol of chaos and anarchy. Ledger's charisma allowed him to create the best Joker of all time. Face expressions, makeup, gestures, unforgettable voice and behavior. All of this felt religiously crafted and actually was the result of huge amount of work and preparation. Sadly, he doesn't have as much screen time as we might wish, but every scene he is in is pure gold. Ledger truly brings the Joker to life, because he doesn't just play the Joker, he becomes him. And it's hard to overestimate cultural impact of his Joker on superhero genre and cinema as a whole, and that will be remembered for years. So, in conclusion, what really makes these performances so great is how each actor totally disappears in their role. Joe Pesci, Christoph Waltz, Anthony Hopkins, Robin Williams, and Heath Ledger all created something so special that it pushed their movies to the whole new level. Whether it's Pesci's wild and unpredictable Tommy DeVito, Walt's charming and terrifying Hans Landa, Hopkins as smart, calculated Hannibal Lecter, Williams as kind and deep Sean Maguire, or Ledger's chaotic Joker, these roles make a huge impact on each of us and stick with us long after the movie ends. The actors didn't just play the characters, they became legends. And that's why these performances will always be remembered as some of the best in cinematography. Okay, please let me know who is your favorite supporting character that you think stole the entire show. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.